We're live now?
What? Yeah.
What?
Oh, neato.
No, we're dead.
Burrito.
I'm not alive. But am I ever? No.
That's the thing about undeath. It's pretty fantastic.
That's right. Great. It's great. It's great. Except, right now I've got normal people sick.
Hmm?
Instead of like my normal like chronically ill sick, I've got normal people sick on top of that.
Ha.
It's great. It's fantastic.
You know what bothers me?
When people call you a good bean, because you are.
It's not true. It's all a lie.
Ah!
As I get another stuff for ordering.
Beans! someone posted a meme in another Discord and it says fall arrives today, September 23rd. Not valid in Texas.
Or Kentucky.
Yeah, no, like we have what we like to call false hope fall.
I'd like some false hope fall in Canada.
It gets like really, really hot, and then there'll be like a week where it acts like it's gonna turn into fall, and then it gets really hot again, and then it just goes straight into winter.
Yep.
It's finally turning into summer. Instead of the savannah now.
And then there's
the week.
Then there's Kentucky.
Eh. We're going into a drought, so that's even better.
We haven't had one this year, surprisingly. But then again, the air's made of water, so...
Yeah, the air has water in it.
Yeah, but you gotta have gills to breathe here, you know that. You gotta have gills to breathe here, you gotta have gills to breathe there.
You just have to have gills.
The people in the southern US were all secretly fish people or undead.
Yeah, so sounds right.
Fish people or we're undead. That's...
I wouldn't be surprised if we were both.
Undead fish people?
Yep.
Fish people, fish people. Look like fish and taste like people.
I thought fish people only lived in a certain hamlet of Massachusetts.
You guys, look.
What'd I do? Oh,
Chauvet.
I need my monster manual in case I need to, explain things.
Wildlife ranger.
Ranger Rick.
Explain the bugs that live in caves.
Ah, that's a beholder. You see, we should run. That's all the description I need.
You see,
are not allowed to
run.
leave. You are forever trapped under the desk.
Hold on, I got too much crap in my way right now. All right.
You will notice by my legs fleeing that we should not stay here.
Forever trapped.
That is a nope monster. All right. So also, I want to apologize for the coughing today because I took the cough medicine. It's not kicked in yet.
How dare?
Not, I don't forgive you.
Did you cough as well?
It hurts me.
Yeah.
Many things hurt.
So.
Like potato chips.
Oh, hello, phone.
Weakness, leaving.
No! Google, piss off!
Help! Legal buy it. What are you doing?
There. Okay. So,
I need my minute fix.
I have not retweeted the live on Twitter link yet there.
Legal buy.
You've gone live on Twitch, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There it is. I had to refresh.
My internet wasn't being a butt, I would have Twitch open, but it's being a butt, so it's better if I don't.
There.
The wonderful Australian internet.
I know.
Did it move? Did you DC again?
Sometimes it's not. No, I don't think so.
If you DC, let me know because when you DC, it moves the windows around, so I've got to move them back.
Yeah.
If you moved Nuka to the lowest one, she would just disappear from there and rejoin there.
Yeah, but I've got to go back and redo the whole. I've got to go and redo the overlay for that, and I'll do it later. But that's a good idea. I'll put her down there, like the one where random's at.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll do that.
and then when she's there, someone else will disconnect and just ruin everything.
Probably want to disconnect somehow.
I don't know why you're looking at me.
Hi, Septimus. All right, so, real quick note, I'll need to end like 10 minutes early today, but that's fine. All right, so last week, or not last week, but the week before last, because we had to cancel because I'm sick. We had a little adventure with an owl rock who was hungry and chased you guys into a cave.
Look, he was Luffy.
And you guys stayed the night in this cave on your way to the Vale, and you wake up and you find your favorite rabbit gone and nowhere to be seen, and Fox is not happy, and you guys start tracking the rabbit and whoever took her down these tunnels into the mountain. You send the wolves up to the top tunnel, but that's where the rock lives, and probably not a good idea right now to
I still have 6.
go after a rock. You get down into the tunnels. You notice the scent continues to go down further into what appears to be a city, and 2 of your wolves did not come back from their venture.
It should have been better.
They should have been better. And we left off, we left off after Septimus fireballed one of your followers.
Yeah, and then Nora got a vision of something.
And then Nora got a vision. Nora got a vision of nice, fluffy rainbows and butterflies and foxes.
Yeah.
Of Robin and some others possibly being attacked by a fox, or otherwise, you don't know. It was unclear. Someone was in trouble.
No, it's unclear.
There was a fox and the feeling of stress, and that's about all that Nora really got.
Someone yelling Robin's name.
Well, I dare say we ought to move faster.
So what are you guys gonna do? Nora, are you gonna do anything? Because that's where we left off, was with you having a moment.
Her saying that Robin might be in trouble.
Robin might be in trouble. That's all she's gonna say.
Right. Fucking great. Fucking A.
So we have V in trouble, we have Robin in trouble, we have the people we're sent to the human realms to recover in trouble. Is anyone else in trouble that would like to join this list?
Hey Nyla, you know that squirrel family? No.
Oh, not to mention, we might be in trouble. Important point. Results unclear.
Why are you like this? Alright, so do you guys continue down, or is Nora having some sort of a moment, or is she just saying Robin's in trouble?
Saying Robin's in trouble.
Okay. Halgrim?
One thing at a time.
Thank you, Nye.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but last we left off, didn't we hear like some sort of tinging noise coming from?
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, coming from further up.
You heard I don't have my notebook open, my bad. You heard a tinging noise, almost like it's coming from like a blacksmith shop or a metal area, working area. Yeah.
Someone's working the kinks out of their sword.
Sure.
So my plan is to...
Everyone's not here though.
Whatever I see, I'm gonna fireball. So let's go find the rabbit.
You know, we might find some non-combatants. Just slow your roll there, Boulder.
Boulder with a question mark.
It's just like, I'm not a boulder.
Okay. I admit I didn't have anything on deck for that one, but we should still move on.
I'll try not to be too stony-faced about it, and I'm just going to keep moseying on notes. I would like to find Rabbit.
Alright, you guys head towards the ting ting noise?
Yeah.
Ting ting.
I just got that glitter and gold song stuck in my head now. You guys start going down these stone tunnels again and into the mountain, and the torches, the Starlight torches, are getting closer together. They're brighter and they're changing color. The ones that's closer in towards the civilization that you're heading towards is more like a pinkish colored flame. Not quite like the bluish purple that they were further out. It's like a pinkish color. And you come upon a big metal door, and the ting-tinging is behind the door.
Like directly behind, or
And the door, there's some heat coming from that room.
Is there any handles on this door?
Mm-hmm. Yep. And it's actually not. It's kind of. It's not locked, and it's kind of slightly cracked. Like not open, kind of cracked, but like they didn't push it shut all the way.
Oh, good. Well, who wants to go first?
Whoever has. Who's better at stealth?
absent of V, it's probably Helgrim.
Probably.
Mechanically speaking, I have a +7, and I also have another pass without trace.
Maybe we should
I have a
quietly approach.
+5.
Yeah, I have a +2 now. We should quietly approach.
That sounds like a really good idea.
Sounds like a
Nope.
really good idea, except Mr. Prepares Fireball.
Boosh!
It's just like casting firebolt in his hand, like,
She'll hold his arms like, hold off on that. Just hold off on that for a little bit.
What is actually real quick? What does Nora look like right now?
Her normal self.
Okay.
with fancy night court stuff. Well, fancy
She.
peasant.
Functional
Peasant-
winter.
I don't think
Functional
I
winter
ever-
court.
Don't think I ever gave an explanation or
Not an explicit description, I don't think.
I think it was just generic clothing.
Yeah.
To
like-
get rid of the spring.
She's got kind of a forest green color hair. Her eyes are white, and she's got lavender skin.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
No one imagined it.
That is okay.
Essentially, I was imagining you, but elf.
Kind of, yeah.
Like
I was
a precious
thinking more
bean.
Summer
No, that's Sherry. That's Sherry.
spring.
We
And
do
my
not speak of
cousin,
Sherry.
my cousin,
Sherry
he
is a-
stopped moving, and
Sherry and her cult of birds.
then I had to kill everyone.
That sounds like
Huh.
Steve, not Sherry.
I feel like I've missed a point or two.
Her sister
All
out
of a
game.
sudden, just like, what? You're lavender?
Yeah.
I've been that color the whole time.
Yeah, she's light purple, so it's what she looks like.
Huh.
All right.
God, you
So
clapped
what
it, but like,
what are we doing with this door?
I wanna kick it open.
Are you gonna SWAT kick the door?
Well, we could just, saunter in, introduce ourselves.
Or we
Maybe.
could quietly enter.
I have a strength of 0. I know what I'm doing.
Damn it.
All right, here I go stealthing again.
Nat 20.
Yeah.
No, you do it like this. That one.
Please fail this.
It was a 2, not a 1.
Perfect.
Out of
Jesus.
curiosity's
Number.
sake, can I just see what I would
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, let me roll for Fox. Hold on.
Except for
Oh,
Scott.
V and Helden have the same stealth.
Yeah, but V's not here.
Let me roll for
V's not
Fox.
here.
Hold up.
I was just curious.
And also V can move around
Fox!
via while Helgrim can't.
Fox rolled a 11.
Hey, he rolled the best out of all of us.
The boy can't roll for shit.
He still rolled the best out of all of us
All right.
that are here.
Except for us is just like, I don't know why I can't just blow the bloody doors in.
All right. Alternatively, I could just send 6 wolves through the door.
Oh,
6 wolves through the door.
Blood mage people are having some issues understanding you.
I don't think there's
I'm
much we
sorry.
can do about his mic, though, because we've had this problem
on.
before.
Let me see. There might be something I can do about it.
Fine for me.
I need to get a new mic. That's just a fact. All right.
Do I have this?
I got fire in my soul, nice ting ting like wood.
Do I sound any better?
Chat, does he sound any better to you?
Do I sound any better?
I don't know.
yeah.
Fuck that 6 wolves.
Okay, that's good. It's something I can do.
I can't turn the volume up on my ends. Oh.
Yeah, you might have to just turn up.
He sounds like he needs a
on your
gallon of
side.
blood.
'Cause that's usually what I have to do. Is just turn up the volume.
Yeah, that's the thing I don't like about Zoom is I can't turn one person's volume up. I have to turn
Yeah.
everyone up. I mean, I'll turn everyone up. They're just gonna peak, but I'll do it.
Just be lucky I'm not doing a Pashini voice today. So.
Continue going, and I'll figure out what I can do to help this.
Oh, I just turned chat, you guys like way up
Oh,
from my
all right.
normal. Like I keep it for normal Discord to where it picks Discord up just fine, but I guess I've got to turn it all the way really high for Zoom.
I don't know. Can it handle my dulcet tones?
And I've got to turn
We'll
my
see.
headset up really high for it to pick it up too, which kills me, but that's fine. I'm already dead. Okay. So my brain. So you guys are trying to stealth through this door. Are you trying are you trying to push it open, or are you just trying to get to the door without being heard?
Trying to get to the door without being heard.
Try to get through the door without being heard.
Mostly arguing everyone about blasting the door.
Yeah.
As you guys approach the door, because they rolled high.
They roll better than us.
They rolled 17s
convenient.
without modifiers.
How convenient.
Nerds.
Wow, somebody rolled higher than like a 10.
But so there goes my voice. You guys, as you approach the door, you hear the ting-tinging of the metal getting hit get louder, and then as you're squabbling at the door, it stops, and then the door opens.
Do you have my rabbit?
And there's there is a drow woman standing there with a hammer in one hand and some tongs and a piece of red hot metal in the other hand, looking at you. What rabbit? Why are you down here?
Do you have my rabbit? Yes or no?
What rabbit?
That's not an answer. Yes or no?
What bloody rabbit?
Apologies. One of our companions has gone missing and we're looking for them.
Not so much gone missing as unlawfully abducted.
Don't know nothing about that.
Insight check.
Yeah, I was going to say the same.
I believe her 100%.
Get anything other than a 10.
Also, 7 again.
23.
At least somebody was paying attention.
Optimus is like, oh god, she's hot.
She's actually wearing blacksmith clothing and she's got her hair up high ponytail, but it's a high braided ponytail.
And
She's got ash all over her face.
Yep.
maybe
You
Septimus.
realize everything you're saying is just improving the picture.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Maybe
I know.
Septimus finds working women attractive.
I know. And
Foxy
she-
King's working women. He's got a wide range of
She
tastes.
is built too. She is built like she could clock you and knock you the hell out, Septimus, in one go.
Yeah. Getting
Damn.
hotter.
All right, but 23 on insight. Is she lying to me?
She knows nothing about a rabbit, but she knows someone came through here recently.
Well, it's all well and good that you don't know where a rabbit is, but anyone else come through here recently to carrying anyone?
Maybe.
And the 6 wolves just fan out. And where'd they go?
Down.
Fantastic. Which way?
Down. There's
Did
only
not
one way
go.
down from here.
I don't know
She
where
points
you
to the
live.
door.
Why, thank you kindly. And I must say, you look smashing this evening. And I walk by.
What's your passive perception?
17.
You see your 6 wolves, and you notice a couple of them start kind of backing away from something.
Oh, what are they looking at?
And laying near the fireplace is a dire wolf that's just watching. It was asleep, but now it's watching because
I resist the urge to go over and give it a hug.
it's nice, big, fluffy, like one
Oh,
of those
don't make it-
ones with the white coat, but it's kind of got the black nose. It's wearing a collar with a bell on it.
All right, using
Name.
my ability as a shepherd druid.
His name was Fluffy.
Hey there, little friend. How you doing over there?
Just looks at you,
Nice coat.
kind of huffs. Goes back to sleep.
This place seems fine to me. Anyway, the door here. I opened that door.
You just open the door.
I just opened the door.
Okay. Door open.
Sure,
Go
you want to
down.
open that door?
Oh,
Door
I
opens.
opened it.
All right. With the wording disintegrate, here we come.
I'll be fine. I hope.
The door opens.
Ew.
Nothing happens.
Thank you. She's gonna go follow.
Who's the last one out of the room?
Nilo might be because he's holding the door politely.
Probably. Okay.
What
that
a
makes
tribe.
sense.
Septimus is gonna walk. What a tribe, Alan.
Septimus attempts to be intimidating, but it doesn't look intimidating at all.
Where's Felix? I mean King Boomy.
I did it!
I did it! Oh!
Turns out Felix is the dire wolf. He
Wow,
wild
Felix,
shaped
how
and
you
then
doing?
forgot.
I forgot he was a wolf.
Yeah.
No, Felix is somewhere else right now, actually. Nilo, as you are closing the door to leave, she form a perception check.
Yeah. 10.
You don't see shit. Okay.
You're goddamn right I don't.
You're goddamn right.
However, you do notice the wolf gets up as you start to close the door.
Are True Fae able to tell other True Fae? Even if they're shift or no?
You can smell it. You can roll another perception check if you want.
Smell. 10.
Jesus Christ, fuck.
Ooh,
It's
look at all
either
those
it's
tens.
either a dire wolf or it's a true fae. You don't know.
Let's just
Going for a
keep
walk.
on-
Actually, you know what? I lied. Insight check it. I lied.
Okay.
You can smell
Don't
it,
worry.
but insight would be better.
It will still be a 10. Never
Ah,
mind.
24.
Nope.
Nat 20. 24.
Stop wasting those.
Sorry. Ori.
She died.
Ah. Okay.
I PM'd him.
Stop dying.
Well. I'm gonna saunter down. Hey, by the way, that direwolf was a true fae.
What?
Yeah.
Of course.
Or stop dying.
Just saying, it wasn't as dire as my true form.
You get the sense that they're not very old.
Yeah.
Probably by their size, because it's a big dire wolf, but it's not like,
Not like Mal's
your size or anywhere
Fox
close to like Asher or Bled's size or Fox's size.
I mean, yeah.
And Asher and Blood, you know, are freaks of nature anyway with their size. Like, you've not seen shifters that big. They're
One day I'll get that big.
That's why Nyla became a druid, to unlock the secrets of big.
I want to be big dread wolf.
Well, the Dread Wolf does exist.
I want to give all the nature tours with everybody on my back.
Yes.
Cat bus.
I want to
Wolf
bus.
bus. Alright, so you guys start walking down the other set through that door, and it turns into stairs now, and it's not the same kind of stone, it's more like a sparkly black stone now as you're going down. The wolf does not follow you yet.
Big
Yet.
wolf? Okay.
Yet.
Speaking of that, has it been about an hour since I've cast Conjure Animals?
Yeah, it's been, I'll say, definitely.
Alright, I bid my friends farewell.
It's gonna take you a couple more hours to get into the town proper. You just reached like you started to reach the outer edges where like the smithy and some of the like an outer edge smithy, like not the main one, but
Mhm.
she's there because she doesn't like people.
Fair.
So you guys
Well.
go ahead.
So they know we're here now, because that true fae got up and walked away.
Cool. So what you're saying is I can fireball the next house we come to.
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Nope.
Let's hold
Not
off
what I'm
on
saying.
that.
I feel like you're very anti-fireball.
If they display
Well,
hostile
slightly.
intent, then maybe.
I'm
I like
anti-useless fireballs.
Exactly. We
Not
don't
like,
exactly know it. We
I'm
don't
just gonna
exactly
step away
know what
just for
we're
1
facing.
second. I'll be right back. Sorry.
We don't exactly know what we're going to be facing here, so expending our resources needlessly is not the wisest decision to make. Septimus
How
just like,
about I
"Yes."
firebolt? It's like not a waste if I burn everything to the ground.
Let's remember the last time you used fire.
I discovered that somebody was following us, and I just firebolt pew pew behind us just in case there's anybody following us behind us. Pew pew. Pew pew.
I was thinking more of the Kelpie, but that works too.
I mean, I still think that was a solid plan to kill some kelpies.
Yes and no, because we could have just avoided that, but that's entirely different conversation.
Do you know where rabbit is?
I have no clue.
I'm just putting a token on the map so the chat knows where you guys are on the map.
Okay.
And not just there's a secret person who's just tapping up. Kill them with fire.
Lemonade.
Let's think a little bit more before we start shooting fireballs.
How about fire bolts?
That too. Let's hold off on fire.
My whole kind of resume is fire.
You should hold off on hostile action until it is proven we need to use it. Even
Just a
though,
little bit.
although I understand why. But then kidnapping is generally considered hostile action anyways, but
Exactly. Everybody's an enemy until they prove that they haven't kidnapped the rabbit. Let's go.
nevertheless.
Let's just continue, I guess.
Yeah.
So,
Continue down the sparkly staircase.
Shiny.
you guys start going down the stairs. The torches are now a green color. The fire seems to change color the deeper you go.
Green flame.
But it's still like that weird fire that those of you from the night court know is the starfire stuff. So you are in the night court technically. The winter court is part of night, so you are in the night court. But
Yeah.
it
Or night court
takes
lands,
you-
but not night court proper.
You're not in the You're not in like the seat.
Yeah.
You continue your way down into the mountain. It kind of starts twisting and turning as you're going down. You don't find or notice anyone following you at this point. It seems you possibly scared them off. Eventually you get your way down into what appears to be a rather large drow city, lit by a false moon hanging from the top of the cavern. And there's little tunnels that go off, and you can tell they're probably little branches of the city, but the main city is rather large.
Sorry. Do any of you know where to go now?
Let me roll for Fox.
I look at Nilo. Because he can smell shit.
Yeah, Nilo and Fox.
Yeah. Sorry. He's too panicked. He's too panicked and upset, and he's angry, and he's just
Rawr.
It's a
getting
one.
frustrated.
I see a shiny one.
It's my keyless dice.
Shiny one.
God damn it, Fox.
I mean, it makes sense.
He knows exactly where he is.
He still can't sense her. Septimus, are you still trying to cast message?
Ba 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 ba. Are you here? Yo, are you here? I hear. Where are you? Fucking pissed off. If you can hear this message,
Nothing
say
yet.
hello. Fucker.
I'll roll for Nyla. Let me get into his sheet.
Are you
It just
trying
gets
to send a message to me?
Yeah, and it just gets
Okay.
aggressively more angry, like, why aren't you fucking answering a message? Well, fuck you then, you can just go burn. I hope somebody's, like, really kidnapped and hurt you. I hope you're really not injured.
The
Please
question
don't
is,
be
are you
dead.
saying this out loud?
Alright,
Well,
Nyla's got
In a
it.
whisper, only she can hear, or only he can hear.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's
Nyla's
just
got
like,
it.
fuck you.
Nyla's got the smell. So Nyla points to a direction that leads not into the city proper, but you see like a residential area up on like an outcropping. It's not a large residential area. There's like 3 houses on it. One of them looks... All of them are fairly nondescript, but one of them is a bit bigger than the other ones and it has a couple stories to it. And that's where the smell leads.
Fancy motherfuckers. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
So I can.
Yeah.
It's not like okay. Yeah, I can hear you.
Where the fuck are you? You can
I am
respond to this
currently
message.
drinking some tea in a house. I don't actually know where.
Are you in Dane? I'm coming to fireball them, right?
Don't fireball. There was a big misunderstanding.
Nyla, real quick,
Sorry about
Nyla, real quick, I rolled a perception for you. You found V's scent, and you guys are in the city, and you found it tracking to a house.
After Fox rolled a 1.
And Fox
Sorry
rolled a
about
1.
that. That was I meant to mention it to you. It was a medical related call.
That's
My
fine.
bad.
No problem.
Are you in the big fucking fancy house?
I'm in a big fancy house, or do I just know I'm in a house?
It's not like fancy in what you're used to, but it's a nice on the inside. You haven't seen the outside. It's a couple stories.
Who are you with?
I'm with some drow, having some tea in a house.
Oh, she's so annoying. Alright, could you just like say to them out loud in casual conversation, like, hi, what's your name?
Well, one of them's called the commander.
Right, okay, we'll go to the commanders, everybody. Not going to fireball.
I'll
him.
just follow the scent, and that'll probably take us there.
It takes you to the front door of this house.
Even though they probably already know, I'll just notify them that apparently my friends are here.
Yeah, no, they're well aware.
Yeah.
They're well aware. You see, what did I say her name was? Oh shit, what did I say her name was?
I don't know, right? What did you say your name was?
I gave her a name.
Just hot sniffy lady.
No, I gave her a name.
First name, last name.
Muscles McMuscles.
I got it. Where's her name?
We find the Don't burn house down.
Yet.
Don't burn the house down.
Yet.
With the inside.
Don't burn the house down.
Yet.
The yet is me speaking. Hogan would be like, no, don't.
Let's hold off on that.
Find V. I literally just wrote, find V going to burn the house down. Because I was saying it.
Don't burn the house down.
Did I not give her a name?
No.
No, you never gave her a name. You never gave
must
me
not
a
have.
name for her. I know who you're talking about.
Okay, well, I guess I never gave her a name. Alright.
Come up with one right now. Let's go.
Boblin. Boblin the drow.
Okay.
DeRosa.
V, you notice coming through the back door is the masked female. She smells a little doggy. right
Ah,
now.
I wonder why.
She comes in and Commander's. By this point, you guys, he's recovered, and you guys are just having tea and snacks. And she tells him, "Hey, her acquaintances are here."
They hear excited knocking at their door.
Bang, bang, bang.
He does not replace his mask, but he does do what we discussed earlier.
Yeah.
And he waves. Huh?
Does the dog smelling drow have a bell around their neck?
Yes.
Oh my god, so cute. I want
She
to marry
comes
them.
and answers
Adorable.
the door. She's got you guys at the door, you see what you think is probably a female drow. She's got a full face mask on. It's one of those expressionless masks, but it's got some nice little decoration on it. She's got a black cloak with her hood up, and you can see little wisps of white hair just sticking out from underneath it.
Would Milo recognize the scent?
Yeah.
You still have a nice coat.
She kind of. From the eye hole, you can see a wink.
Hey, forgetting somewhere.
Nyla's got a girlfriend.
All right, Pro Tycoon.
Hey,
Where's Pro
Stop
ZD
on
when
that.
you need him? We need to find King Dragon.
He's out hunting beasts in the Borderlands.
But she kind of winks back at you. You don't see obviously her mouth, so you don't know if there's any other reaction. But she has a vaguely Russian-sounding accent.
You stole my.
does she
Stole
speak
my
Hobgoblin?
motif.
What?
Does she speak Hobgoblin?
No. You don't know. Commander said to open the door and, let you inside to see your friend.
You have my rabbit.
We don't have
Gosh.
a rabbit, but we have a puka.
That's my rabbit. Excuse me.
Septimus,
No.
can you put the fireball away?
Um,
There's no need for the fire.
you guys notice that she's got two blades at her side, two scimitars at her side, and then another sword on her back.
Do you put the third one in your teeth and then use all three at once? Because that's fucking cool if you do. And it just walks past her like, I'm finding my rabbit!
What's Roth's reaction to Septimus just screaming my rabbit? Like,
Just like,
Bitch. First of all.
but he doesn't
My
like.
rabbit.
Roth
We were in
doesn't
danger
like.
and cut you.
Roth doesn't like shove past her, but as soon as she allows them entry, he kind of just like hurriedly moves inside. You guys find V sitting at a table with a drow man with shorter, it's kind of long, like right here, like long on top, but shorter white silver hair. He has pink eyes, and he's wearing the same sort of cloak, but underneath his cloak you see like a mithril armor with little moons and stars on it.
Does he have any burns on him?
No. Nilo, and Helgrim, I'll get to you in a second. Nilo, have you ever been inside Asher's house?
Probably once. At least.
Nilo and Helgrim, I want you to roll me a history check.
17.
Nilo's real good at these. 16.
Nora, fuck. Nuka, what did I have you roll for the history on that? What was your score when you rolled on that?
Mine was pretty high. I think it was like a 22. I will just quickly double check.
Yours was a nat 20, wasn't it?
Yeah. Like, I got crazy. I'm just scrolling up, so I will let you know in a sec.
Nilo, you...
Yeah, nat 20.
Nyla, you don't really recognize his face. It is tugging at your memory, but you're not sure why. Helgrim, somewhat similar ordeal, but you've seen his face in Asher's house somewhere. Maybe a painting.
Yeah.
But you're not sure which painting. It'll take you a little bit to figure it out.
Yeah. Helgrim will just kind of stay quiet about that because he doesn't really know who this person is.
But yeah, you've seen his face in a painting in Asher's house.
Yeah.
He looks off from the painting. Something's different. But you can't place it.
Yeah.
And he's just sitting there quietly. You also notice, all of you notice that his mouth there's no sutures or anything, no stitches, nothing like that. But his mouth looks like it was sewn up a long time ago. Like an old scar is covering his mouth. He can't open and close his mouth.
Ugh.
But otherwise, he's very strikingly handsome. And he carries, on his back is a large, like a Zweihander.
Evening.
None of you have anything to safeguard against, like, mental speak, right?
I don't know. Does two voices in my head count?
You all hear a response in your heads when you go to speak to him. It's a deeper but smooth sounding voice. It sounds along the same sort of melodic tones, at least as far as a few of you are aware, that kind of Asher's sounds like. It's very similar, like, cadence and way of speaking.
Mm-hmm.
I seem to have made a mistake. Your friend here... No, well, it wasn't a mistake. It was intentional.
You were kind of a bit more ahead on the mistake as opposed to, an actual kidnapping.
Actually, let me roll for Roth real quick. Nope.
V's gonna interject and she's gonna be like, I may have done a few things that have caused me to get noticed. And as I was explaining to the commander here, that has all been sorted out. For now.
You usually stealth so high.
But myself and my agents are a bit more quiet.
Not when I set them on fire.
Well, he got what he deserved.
Brutal.
He got caught.
You get on really well with my dad.
You guys hear upstairs a faint, like, whining of a male, probably a drow, like, nursing his wounds.
Yeah, you're right. That is his fault.
Yep. Why did you steal my rabbit?
First of all, he, like, holds up a finger. His mouth never moves. This is all, like, he points at Roth. I believe that she's his rabbit.
Oh, I know that, but she's also then secondary. Now my rabbit,
But
because I've decided to like her.
He kind of just smiles a little bit at that, but he doesn't like when he smiles. His mouth doesn't open. It's just the corners kind of.
Yeah.
B's gonna turn to Roth and she's gonna be like, "Looks like you got some competition."
He just looks at
Looks back at
Septimus, and he is not in a good mood right now. And Septimus, he kind of just growls at you a little bit, just quietly. And
I've never said I'm not averse to sharing. I'm just saying, you all both keep turning me down in that way. Just throwing it out there.
he's just staring at you. He is not in the mood right now. Normally, he'd probably like banter back and forth, but right now he's like, he is pissed.
Focused.
I know it's kind of off topic, but some animals do have polygamous relationships. It's not weird.
Oh no, he doesn't care about that. He's just right now. He's just
Angry. Focused. Like.
The drow man continues. He kind of does this sort of motions like she was on a list of people who we needed to deal with that might cause problems in, I don't know, taking down the Dark Queen.
Is she still gonna cause problems for you?
He looks at V.
V just kind of goes like, thinking about knowing what she's probably going to end up doing. She's just in there. She just shrugs. She's just like, look, I don't know where I'm going. I know what I plan to do. Whether or not that's good or not, I won't know till.
And those of
She
you,
just smiles.
those of you who are familiar with Sorayla know that that's another name that people are calling her. It's not referring to the Drow Queen. This is some sort of... so where there's the resistance against Nidius, you seem to have encountered a resistance against Sorayla.
Maybe we can do something to help each other?
I don't know. It depends on who else is on your list that you're gonna like accidentally get. Oh, sorry, I just kidnapped your friend and then made you panic and released a load of fireballs and caused Ruff to have high blood pressure and he's really staring at me with a glare.
She was on our list for reasons that I cannot divulge to you. But I will tell you now that those reasons have been alleviated for now. Generally, though, those that are on the list of ones who would compromise taking down the bitch would be non-existent once we actually found them.
Oh.
That's the question about who else was on the list.
That's for me to know.
Well, anyone else here so we can avoid the kidnapping?
Yeah.
He looks around the room, kind of looks at Roth for a second. Roth shakes his head. Seems like there's a private conversation happening there.
Okay.
And then he just shakes his head no. No one else in here.
Anybody else in the night court, just by any chance, just... Curious.
He's asking about his family.
Yeah, pretty much.
You're the only one in your family that's not a problem.
What's your father's name again?
Lord,
Lord, no name.
Lord name Christina remembers really well at the top of her head and isn't just now going to those.
Lord Dad.
Lord Dad.
Dad.
Dad. It's Daddy McDaddison. It's
Oh, so we're already in
Lord-
the human realm, so got it.
He's
I
kind
know one name, but
He's
that's not
kind
like
of a dick.
I can't remember your father's name, I'm sorry.
it's Pen. I know what his proper name is, but I'm like, what's his not proper name?
He,
Douchebag.
douchebag.
Yeah, apart from douchebag and dad and daddy, his Lord of insert name Hill of the Lunar Course.
His name is insert name here.
No, I have his true name. True name is Griffith Penman, but I put for his public name Lord of insert name Hill of the Lunar Course because I meant to ask you what a place was.
We'll just call him Lord. I don't fucking know.
Lord
Great.
Caspian. I don't know.
We'll just.
Lord.
Well, he knows your father.
Asshole.
Lord Asshole.
Your father
Oh,
may or may not be on the list.
Yep, I get as much. That's what was, any of the other brothers? Just, I've got like 6 of them.
I'm taking off the head of the snake.
I mean, that's sensible. As long as he's not a Hydra. The more you know.
That's when you kill the Hydra the proper way.
Well, you got to be careful because hydras are very dangerous creatures, having anywhere from 4 to 9 heads. And anytime you cut one off, 2 grow in its place. I recommend having metaphors. Right. Sorry.
Helgrim just
Optimus is just grinning like, I wanted that to.
V just smiles, and you notice that she brings out like a little coin in her pocket, and she starts rolling it across the map.
Halgrim, roll me another history check.
Okay. 19.
that face just like fuck.
It's like, damn, now I have to write stuff.
Yeah. I have to give information.
I should also note, V is using her left hand and not her right.
V was normally
That's
right-handed,
if you guys
right?
actually notice what hand she uses dominantly.
Yeah, probably not.
I mean, I think the only one who would notice is Roth, but
Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh. It makes sense if he's Lord Man, because Man is 0.
Lord man.
But yeah, Halgrim, something clicks as you're
Uh-huh.
as you're looking, and the way he speaks, and just how his mannerisms and everything else. It looks very familiar to you now.
Just he's not very good at hiding it. Just the flash and just. But he doesn't say anything.
Probably
do
does.
I notice that expression with?
If you were looking at Helgrim, probably.
I mean,
What's
just-
your passive?
21.
Yeah.
Yeah. My
Yeah.
my passive deception is 8.
Yeah.
Nice.
V's going to just look at you and just say like, okay, he's put 2 and 2 together. And she sort of just lingers on that look a little bit, and if you make eye contact with her, it's gonna be like a look of be quiet.
Yeah.
Good luck with that.
You've spent enough time with Asher to kind of put this together. But he kind of just sits there for a second. I'm not going to give you every name on my list because I don't trust you right now. Rightfully
Sensible.
so. But I can keep in contact with. He points at V and give you names as I get them. For now, keep on whatever it was you were doing. Also, is the bird out?
Oh, the what's it called?
Nuka, is
Oh.
Ibis out?
Poe.
Oh no.
Oh,
Ibis.
Ibis. Yeah,
Oh.
Ibis is out.
Is Ibis as I left her last?
Probably. Like, I think she probably would have walked in at some point.
And Poe is still there, but
Yeah, I was like, wait, which bird?
Ibis, so you guys notice, V's bird was a small ibis the last time you saw her. This time you notice as the bird materialized into the room at some point that it is no longer an ibis. It is a crane.
What happened to your garbage bird?
There's a bin chicken.
Helgrim just noting the difference in the specific bird, just kind of.
V's just gonna look at Nilo, just very confused. Like, player me knows exactly what you're talking about, but V's just gonna look at you very confused, like, garbage bird?
Oh yeah, I've seen several ibis, just eating trash out of the city when I was in there.
Just like, well, they're called ibis. They're not called garbage bird.
Kind of like garbage bird better.
Nope.
You can't keep a straight face saying that, can you?
Bin chickens!
We have one in my paddock. Anyway, this is still ibis. She's just much bigger now. I mean, she
gonna-
can go back and forth between if she wants to be an ibis or if she wishes to be a crane. It's entirely up to her.
I'm just gonna message V and go, "Are you the real V?"
Why wouldn't I be the real V?
Because you got a new fucking bird.
It's the same bird.
She just looks different.
Insight check.
I mean, it's a message, so.
Yeah.
Wait, so you're inciting the
No.
bird?
No.
Nilo insight checks the air.
It's damp.
Yep, still there.
Still there.
This air is breathable, despite what it says.
So, like,
Nope, there's the poison.
I'm fairly smart, kind of. Sometimes, maybe not all the time. So, like, you don't want the old queen back on the throne. And what you're insinuating is my father's possibly aid in that particular effort.
When you mention the old queen in any regard, he kind of gets a look on his face, mildly, and then smooths it over. Yes.
Given
And
what
she
is-
cannot be allowed to come back.
I mean, given what you've said of your family so far, would that surprise you?
No, it makes perfect sense because my dad really doesn't like all the sanctions being imposed on us. Because how can you actually flourish in a kingdom when sanctions are being imposed by following the natural orders of the Fae? That's his words, not mine.
Yeah, I presume that was verbatim.
Also, please clean your room, but that again was probably not to do with the Fae. That was just a
Also,
me
please
thing.
clean your room.
But I feel like that's less like world-ending doom and it's just more a dad thing.
I wouldn't know.
He kind of interjects when you start talking about your father's complaints. It's not so much the natural order, I believe, that the Night King is is interfering with. It's more of the let's not murder beings that are supposed to live forever and have few and far between children, your family not being the norm.
Family the exception.
Breed like rabbits. It's why I like her.
It's a tragedy when a true fae dies because they generally don't come back and can't be brought back, and they live indefinitely. So
I heard one of those things which was can be brought back and will live indefinitely. Yep, got that.
Vee's taking a sip of a drink, and she doesn't spit it out, she just kind of burbs it back into her tea real quick, because she wasn't expecting them to start talking. And she'll just pretend she makes a funny, weird face, like, too much sugar.
actually, let me have him insight Helgrim. Oop, shit! See if he knows Helgrim's figured him out.
It's not that hard. Again, my passive deception is 8.
He looks at you, Helgrim, because he knows you know, when he says the generally don't come back part.
Yeah. Helgrim, even though Helgrim already knows that, just hearing that, it's just the expression of just like.
Also, you said generally, so I'm taking that as the can come back. So things are looking.
Do you say that out loud?
Yep.
There are a few special cases that have been allowed by the mother to come back.
Special cases
But
allowed.
it is at great cost to the Earth Mother.
That's fine. Special cases brought back.
That's fine. I'm like, what are you going to do? It just sounded like you were just going to do something.
Look, Septim, if that's what you're worried about, just don't die. Simple.
Exactly. Definitely worried about me.
He looks at you, Septimus, with a net 20.
Oh yeah, he's 100% lying.
I would not advise trying to bring back a dead true fae, if that is what you're trying to do.
See, trying is a loser's game. I'm just gonna do it.
Yes, the problem is, in the cases that I am aware of, they were freshly dead, walking back through the veil to the mother. They were not long dead. Because long dead true fae are a part of her and cannot be removed.
So what you're saying is the Earth Mother stole something from me. Good to know.
He kind of narrows his eyes at you as you're subtly threatening the Earth Mother, and V, you know this, you know why.
Not
Yeah, Pilgrim, you know why.
Yeah. Just, I don't think it's so much stealing from you as it is reclaiming what she has given.
Yeah, you notice when he insults, when Septimus threatens the mother, the drow man gets a very...
Yeah, there's just this aura of malice. And just,
he gets defensive.
Been any cases, has there been any instances where that hasn't been the case?
What do you mean?
Never mind.
He can be in your head, so if you want to do a quiet conversation with him silently, he will allow it, but you can message it to me.
Alright.
He'll ask you what you mean, like, without the others hearing that.
Telepathically.
Yeah.
Telepathetically.
But yeah, you notice he gets kind of. You see the way that V looks at Rolf, or Rolf gets defensive of V.
Mm.
That's kind of the look he got on his face when you start threatening the Earth Mother.
Has Roth calmed down a little bit, or is
Yeah,
he still very...
he's realizing, as the commander told you before, and actually Nilo and Septimus, and Nora to a degree, because of backstory, you all start feeling a sense of calm around him, and as if he feels like he's a regal being, almost. You get the sense that he, for some reason, it's only the true Fae that are feeling this, and Nora, because she's changeling. It's only the true Fae that are feeling this weird sense of calm, like he's there to protect the true Fae, or that he's there to watch over them. And you can't quite place it.
Weird feeling.
Nyla, if you want to roll history again.
Oh. You overestimate Nyla's ability to remember things.
Don't have photographic memory? How dare?
I just remembered. I have a perfect memory. What was that roll? 19.
This is
actually.
19.
I'm just gonna copy paste the message I sent to Myth.
Oh.
I think at this point, V would
That's not
probably
very
get up
authentic.
and go to Roth.
Thank
Just
you.
give him like the biggest hug. Now that he's actually calmed down a little bit. And she's actually going, when she's finished hugging him and giving it like a kiss on the cheek or something, she's actually going to stand on his left side and not his right.
Oh god, it's all backwards. Oh. It's the evil twin.
At some point, Nyla just goes. This is it's like has the like neutral look on her face and just goes, "Oh."
Wait, what did Nyla do?
He's when he realizes who it is, he just has that neutral look on his face and then just goes, "Oh."
Also.
I feel like this is going to be the time that in another game I insulted Hippolyta because I didn't know who the fuck she was, and I was just like, finally, you just insulted
And Myth, I
Wonder Woman's mom, and I was like,
think you already know this, Myth. I think you already know that part.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Pilgrim knows that.
So the look makes sense to you two.
Yeah.
He kind of just has a cup of tea in his hand. He can't drink it, but he has it.
You can smell its fragrance and want.
The
How?
best thing about tea is the scent, so you know, because it
That's
tastes like
very
garbage
true.
water. Where about is? Whisper.
So you can stay here for some time, or you can.
Spill alcohol on myself. Yeah.
He looks at Nora, who's a bit flustered and nervous.
No, I actually spilled alcohol on myself.
Yeah.
Let's all die together.
Great.
You okay there, Random?
I'm gonna regret doing that.
Power word kill.
Oh fuck! You actually did it.
I fucking did it. Don't you test me.
I told you I'd do it.
V's going to ask where a good blacksmith is.
Oh, we met one. Well, she was buff. She's really buff. Like, on a scale of 1 to 10, like 15 being Oberon, like solid Teflon, like 9.9.
15 being Oberon.
15.
Uh-huh.
Like a competent blacksmith that actually does good work.
The female drow with the mask on does say that she is a fairly decent blacksmith. There are some in town, but they're a bit loyal to someone who you should probably stay away from.
Who should we avoid in this town, then?
There are some loyalists here to the Drow Queen. And
That was bad, lady.
no, the Drow. So you're in a Drow city right now.
Yeah.
Sorayla is not a Drow Queen. Sorayla is the old lands, big bad evil coming back.
Dragon Queen.
Yeah, pretty much.
The Durgan.
It's not Maleficent, I promise.
The bitch queen.
A bitch queen.
You're just gonna hear V just make a side comment, and she's just going to go. She's apparently a bitch. Not as bad as Zarela, but apparently she is a bitch.
Well, I don't know. I've heard very glowing things about one of these people and not about the others. So, to be fair, the glowing things were coming from my dad, so I don't really know how far I can take that. So, pinch of salt.
V's gonna go over to the masked woman, and she's like, "I need some scimitars, and like decently good ones, and I'm willing to pay."
She pulls out the ones on her hip, like these.
Like those.
Oh, sorry.
She's very short too, by the way. She's not very tall.
So she's probably as short as V.
Oh yeah, she's very short. She's spunky though. She's got a little bit more of an attitude now. Like she's not in complete guard mode as she was earlier. You can get some back at the Night Capital, I'm sure, but I will not go to the blacksmith in town. They're not trustworthy. You can go to the one where, you lot found me on the floor sleeping, taking a nap.
Sorry about that.
She kind of just, like, sighs and unclips the mask and hooks it on her belt. She's got a little white spot on her nose. And it doesn't look like a normal white spot. It's not like a skin discoloration. It almost looks like it's emitting light. She's got little white freckles.
That's cute.
All over her face. Looks almost like stars.
I love her. I'm gonna marry her.
Septimus is just like fangirling. Oh,
Meanwhile, in your pocket, you hear a message from Oberon.
Christina is like, oh, she's so cute. I love her forever.
And her hair, she takes the hood down, and her hair's kind of wispy. It's kind of like half up and half down, like half like in one of those low ponytails where like half of the front of it's just down and like hanging everywhere, but the back of it's like down in like a braid over her shoulder.
She's got Tariel hair going on. even bigger heart eyes.
Except for it's a lot more like wispy and layered and stuff like that. It looks
Heart eyes.
weightless. She looks at
No.
Nilo for a minute and kind of smiles.
Wink.
Nah.
Okay, yeah. No, I had to think about something, a conversation that was had like 3 weeks ago. I had to
Oh,
like
boy.
pull that file out of my mind palace. I had to pull it out of the Nilo box. And she goes and she takes her cloak off, and she's got similar armor to what he's wearing on, but not quite as heavy, and more padding to keep noises from being heard, to keep the metal from rubbing so she doesn't get hurt.
What's
And
your name, Ori?
God damn it.
I'm sorry. I couldn't resist.
I know you need her name for reasons, actually.
Oh shit.
There's reasons.
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 Raisins.
I will give you her name in just a second. Actually, let's take a quick break because I need some more tea because I'm dying.
Alrighty.
Alright.
So let's take a quick break. I will give you her name in when we get back.
Okay.
Chat, we will be back in, let's say, 5 minutes.
Okay.
Is that enough time for everyone?
Yep.
Yeah.
Because I just need to make tea and grab my name book, my list of names, because I forgot to name her. I thought I named her already, and I went and looked, and she has no name.
She has no name.
Yep.
She is woofy.
I swear to God, I named her in my head, and then I've already forgotten what it was.
Good job.
So we will be right back,
Done
chat.
that.
Woofy, but
I'm prepared.
I don't drink. I just steal people's dogs.
Don't steal my
You know
dog.
what? That's
cut
a
you.
good thing. You get the cover. That's better.
All right.
It's like I'm gonna go steal Sophie.
So she looks at you and gives you her name, Nilo.
Qu'est-ce to say?
My name is Hesperos.
Frank.
Hesperos. It's a very nice name. My name is Nilo.
Nice to meet you, Nilo.
Oh. Sorry. Is that bird still with us, by the way?
Poe?
Poe? Yeah.
Poe.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Who's he with right now?
He's on Nora's shoulder. He's humming a song,
Oh God.
and all you hear is bits of it. And it's like, can you feel? And that's all you keep getting.
I choked this bird.
I thought it was gonna be like da 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 da.
I cast
Oh, careless
silence.
whispers.
I don't understand. What? Why music?
Poe is an asshole.
Yeah, I know that. Oh, damn it, so mad.
But
Why did you teach Poe to sing this song?
do you actually strangle Poe?
No.
I was like, because he's only got 1 hit point.
It's not that hard.
I just put my hand around this bird and hold its wings together for a second, and then I let it go.
Bites the shit out of you.
I endure.
Let's just leave him
Can,
alone.
can I do an insight check on Nilo and
Hesperos?
Hesperos? Yeah.
I'll put. Oh, did I not? Oh, I did.
I just want to see if there's like a. Is there like
A spark.
connection? A spark.
Insight.
Basically, what I'm looking for.
Septimus,
doesn't
you're
look
about
good
as
now.
you're about as insightful as a freaking
I think everybody
Tell
loves each
me.
other.
stuffed
No,
animal.
no.
She's just talking to herself.
It turns out, it turns out Nora is actually a professional matchmaker.
Matchmaker, matchmaker, make me a match.
Oh, also, has the connection between V and Roth have you see it again, or is it still blocked?
He's allowed it. He's allowed it.
Okay. V's talking to herself in her head. Just
And
having
Roth.
like just a normal discussion. I don't know if Roth can hear that, but
The discussion that was ongoing before we started.
a little bit. It's probably more of just general banter about life.
I don't know where that big winged lizard went.
Felix?
Yeah.
He pointed to the big lizard. He said it was over there. It is now
I
not
get it.
here.
I will
I'm
go
gonna
find
kick
the
his
big
ass.
winged lizard. It was black. And then Felix just disappears out of your head.
Yeah, and V's just looking around, mumbling, and just goes, Crane, where is this dragon?
What?
what?
Why is there a dragon now?
Excuse?
She's talking to
No.
herself in her head.
Yeah, she's
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
to
I was like,
herself.
was that said out loud or mentally?
No, you just see like V making like weird, like slight weird faces
Faces.
of just like tilting her head and things. Roth probably hears a bit of it.
Rolf just hears the dragon part and looks at you with narrowed eyes.
Rough. Is she thinking about like us all like being involved because still too
No.
soon? Okay.
V,
Mm.
why are you picturing Sorella in your head?
What? No.
What?
Uh-huh.
Look, long story is, there was a turtle in my head. The annoying one. And
He's not
you
annoying,
pointed
he's
out
precious in all
that
of them.
There is a lizard in my head. A winged lizard. A blacked winged lizard. And I've been
So-
looking for it with the help of someone.
Sounds like everyone can hear voices in their head.
I just message Nora and go, yes, isn't it amazing?
as you guys are sitting in the living room, out of one of the doors, or actually from up the stairs where the drow man was injured, you hear some like fumbling and some like old man noises, and then the drow man say thank you, and Felix walks down the stairs, and the drow man follows him down. It's another masked drow, and it's the one, Septimus, you recognize this is the one you fireballed, but he seems to be healed up now thanks to probably Felix.
Not for long.
God damn it.
Good morning!
Good morning.
So I can fireball. Can I fireball that one?
No!
Not you, Felix. You're precious and I love you.
Instantly, you just see V turn around so fast, and she just glares at this turtle, and she just goes, "You didn't answer my question."
What question?
The question I asked, and she just, "Are you the creator of all things Fae? Are you Sylvanas, or are you the Earth Mother, or what? Because you are."
I am Felix.
Have you think that this little turtle, this precious, amazing, beautiful, wonderful little turtle, is the creator of all things Fae? And I just like put my head next to Felix's and go, it will look identical. Ooh.
she's just gonna point at the turtle and she's like, "I know you, and you're messing with me."
Felix is just
don't
like,
understand how I know you.
I am
Turtles.
a
Turtle stew is a
turtle.
good flavor.
I am a goddamn Felix. I am a Nora, he's hiding something.
Scientologist.
I am Tom Cruise. No,
I am Tom Cruise.
I am a servant of Sylvanas.
Inside check, 100%. She does not
No,
trust
I'll
him
believe
at
him.
all.
I'll take his word.
26.
I 100% believe this precious turtle boy.
Helgrim doesn't care. Just, whatever.
He was my
Where's
insight
my
on that.
insight?
If you're like a servant of Sylvanas, does that mean you can help raise the dead?
Oh, such
No.
Jimmy.
Oh. Do you know
I
somebody
mean,
who
I
could?
can raise the non-true Fae dead, but you know that's.
Why does everybody always discriminate against Fae and resurrect?
It's not discrimination. I
You were
can't
just
take back
told
what the
why.
mother has reclaimed. I am a turtle.
I am a turtle.
V and Nora.
What's
He-
up, bitch?
Dude,
Tyler would too with
would
that.
that count as me remembering something?
Yeah, I got a 22 on
Would
my
it just
insight.
Oh,
be-
Nyla, sorry, it delayed on my end.
It's all good.
He might be not telling everything when he says he's a servant of Sylvanas. You know of the gods choosing champions sometimes. It's not an avatar, V. He's not Sylvanas.
Okay.
But he's probably one of Sylvanas's, like,
Favorites.
favorites. Aside from his son, obviously. But his son can kind of handle himself.
Generally, yeah.
For the most part, no one wants to piss off the Night King.
Yeah.
Felix is a
Special boy.
special boy. He's the Skelly of this universe. I'm just
Special senile boy.
Yep.
He's old. He's been around. He's seen some
I
shit.
did it.
He's a lot more capable than he probably lets on to be.
Probably.
If he remembers.
V. V's kind of gonna do the eye thing.
Yes, I do have eyes.
Yes, you do, Felix.
We will discuss things later. And she just looks at him because she's like, I need to ask you something.
Okay.
And he's going to forget. She just goes back to talking to Roth.
I'm hungry. What?
No, I'm hungry too. That's really. Why did everybody get real weird about bringing back Faye from? Why is everybody weird about bringing Faye back from the dead? It's just.
You were just told why.
I think everyone's just sort of accepting of it. You're the weird one here.
The commander's gonna pop in now, at this point, and he's gonna explain something to mainly Septimus. You know,
Septimus skipped religious school.
You know how the mother has been fairly absent in the last several 100 years.
Sure.
Yes, I do.
Her influence is around. She will appear in dreams, but that's all the energy she can call forth. And the picture's moved. But
Pictures moved.
It's from what I've heard, she has brought someone back before, and is still recovering from that.
So what you're saying is it can be done. I'm not hearing a no. I'm hearing positive things.
I don't know that she could take another instance of it.
What if she had equivalent exchange?
You will have to ask her.
Excellent. Do you have her number? 0800 Fae Plane.
I want you to insight him right now.
The number is Alpha and Omega.
8. Oh, that's even more perfect for Septimus.
You can't tell that he's getting very irritated with Septimus. The rest of you
He's getting very irritated with
can
Septimus.
tell that he's getting extraordinarily irritated at Septimus on this specific topic.
Septimus is endearing to everyone. That's what Septimus thinks.
Every time he questions the cost that it's going to be to the Earth Mother to bring someone back.
Septimus continues to question the fundamental law of the true Fae.
Yeah.
And it's bothering this individual.
You know, what you're thinking of doing is sort of against the natural order of nature. Maybe consider that first.
It has only been done a few times, and she is still recovering from the most recent one.
It's not just once, it's been done a few times. Do you know what individuals this was done from?
Septimus,
Septimus, please.
stop talking about the subject.
Is he getting that look on him like he's gonna kill my puppy?
I don't know if he would kill your puppy
She's
or
gonna
just you.
nod. She's just gonna be
Okay.
like, I think it's best if you stay off the topic. If you want to find out more, if we ever meet the Earth Mother, we can ask then. But right now, I think you should probably drop it.
You know, maybe if you're really good, she'll appear to you in a dream.
I'm never gonna see her, and I'm never good. Smack.
Well, it's about being the change you want to see. Septimus.
Why do I feel like Nilo's got to live, laugh, love something in his house?
You assume Nilo has a house.
A tree.
Nilo doesn't have a fucking house.
Nilo lives in nature.
Yep.
But he.
Septimus is just gonna look at mouthless boy Commander Dude and just be like, "Right, okay, off the topic. You're looking really handsome and incredibly intelligent and smart today."
He just looks at Septimus with like this look of just irritation on his
That
I
never
face.
recall
works, man.
hearing something about dinner.
Helgrim
I've
just
never worked something about that either.
He's just
Nuka
he's
has
just
spoken
going to
everybody.
grab Septimus by the shoulder, and she's just gonna be like, "How about we go explore the house? Do you want to do?" Just kind of moving Septimus away from the scary commander, and she'll only go in the rooms that she's been in, and she knows that she doesn't have to go. And she would just stroll with Septimus through the house to allow everybody else fun time.
Mhm.
Before he kills Septimus.
Before
Yeah.
he can fucking murder
Yes,
Septimus.
before he kills Septimus. Like, it's. He knows some things, and she's just like.
Those of you who know who he is and know who his son is know his son has a temper, and he probably also has a temper.
Yeah, just
Mhm.
now everything makes sense.
As soon as Septimus is out of the room,
Yeah, just
he looks at Nora for a second. And something kind of seems to click in his head.
I don't know if I like that.
Roth will go with V. The three of you that are in the room now. Hesperos is in there as well as this other drow man with the mask, and he's removed his mask as well. And you also see on his skin the stars, the speckles of glowing white.
Right.
The commander will, after Septimus leaves the room, because obviously Septimus is not trustworthy.
No.
Nope.
Me?
Kind of figured that he's probably going to say something that Septimus shouldn't, or he was going to kill Septimus at some point.
Yeah.
They've gone like as far possible from the main room that they were in, so
He-
probably at the top floor.
Points at Nilo and Halgrim with like two fingers like this. I know the two of you have figured me out. I would appreciate it if this knowledge did not leave this room.
You have my word. I won't say anything to anyone.
My
Yeah.
children do not need to know that I live yet.
Yeah. Yeah. Helgrim just like, of course.
Because, if you know, as I'm sure you've probably done your research, that Sorella collected those of us that are like this, and he pointed to the two other drow. And Nora, you see him drop, like you see his face kind of change a bit. His skin's no longer just a clear drow skin. He drops like an illusion, and he's got like little stars all over his skin, and his eyes go from the pink to a silver color. His mouth is still sewn shut. And it wasn't in the painting you guys saw of him in Asher's house, for those of you that have seen it.
Mm-hmm.
Nora, you recognize this man. You don't know him personally. You just saw pictures in previous places you have been, like paintings, of him with who you know to be Bledden, who is the Night King's mate. He is one of the old Fae from the old lands. one of the Star Fae, and you guys know that the Star Fae were collected by the old queen, by the bitch queen, and she stole their magic, stole their power, and killed them all to grow her
Well,
own.
that's not very nice.
And he looks like he's been through some shit. Like he looks like he did not have a good end. And you can infer that he's one of the ones that was brought back.
Mm-hmm.
Does he have any scars on him besides just the mouth?
Oh yeah, all over. He's got scars on his arms, on his neck. He's completely just got scars everywhere.
Do the other two have any?
They have some.
But nowhere near the same extent.
He looks like he was treated worse than the rest were. And Nora, he alludes to you that he's one of the ones that the mother brought back. Probably the most recent one.
I mean, if you don't mind me asking, how many else have been brought back by the mother?
Just 3. These lot are ones that managed to escape and hide. They're the children anyway. We got some children out. The adults did not make it.
Sorry to hear that. But you say the mother is slumbering at this time, correct?
He doesn't look very happy about that. He looks somewhat upset. Not mad, but upset because you can guess that he was the cause.
Is there anything we can expect on the land while she slumbers that we might have to take care of ourselves?
No, just don't expect much intervention or assistance.
Right.
She cannot do much right now. That's why Sylvanas is with her.
Do we know how long ago it was that he was brought back?
You know that she stopped visiting about 700 years ago. But bringing back a true Fae is not done. So you can probably guess that it's taken her a long time to reform him. So he doesn't look like he's been around for very long, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
He has that aura of power to him, but you can tell he's not at full strength.
Creaking chair.
So she's still you can guess she's still kind of working on him. And those of you that know who he is to her know why she's putting so much effort into it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But he puts the glamour back up just in case Septimus comes back in the room. Because he doesn't trust Septimus due to who his father is. So.
And also due to how dodgy Septimus is.
And Septimus is just dodgy in general.
Dodgy?
Yes, you are.
I mean, yeah, you're 100% right.
Right down the road.
He wouldn't say he is, but he is.
Septimus is
Also because that's how Septimus has been raised. So.
dodgiest of dodgy.
He's just pointing at some like drow things.
You're
She's
cutting out.
She's just like
Robo Nuka.
over there, Septimus. You can only find these lamps in drow villages as being a bullet. No.
Nuka Roomba.
I'm using my tablet now because my other internet killed itself. Alright. Am I still robotic?
Talk a bit more.
Anymore.
Yes.
Oh no.
Oh no, she's approaching black hole and time is slowed.
All right, I think I got it. If that's better. Basically, I'm basically showing Septimus a bunch of drow stuff, but it's very obvious that she doesn't know a lot.
Optimus is just very interestedly like, oh yeah, that's really nice. As he's like got a book out and is writing in it. Yeah, really beautiful. What is it? Bars. It's got curves like a lady's curves.
I think this would be more noticeable to Roth. Is she's actually very much struggling to like recall things about drow.
He kind of just.
Other than like interior stuff.
He kind of just gives you a look.
Hey, want to steal something from me?
What kind of something?
Do they have any like fancy books here?
Oh, it's okay. So this house is. It looks like just a safe house. There's some knickknacks around that they keep as their personal belongings, but this doesn't look like somewhere where they stay for very long.
No books.
So there's books, but nothing that you would want.
V's gonna go through some drawers and things. Is there anything shiny?
No.
Like, just that catches her eye. Since Septimus asked to steal some things.
Alright, what room are you in? Are you in his
whichever
room?
One is his room on the top floor?
His room is on one of the ones on the top floor. Who's like the top floor's bedroom? So there's her bedroom,
Yeah,
the other.
probably his room. She's probably just going through every single room trying to distract Septimus.
Oh god.
Roll me an
Alright.
investigation check.
Why are they?
And here is something shiny. It's mine now.
13.
You
Here's
find
something
some.
shiny.
You find some silver coins.
It's a Sophie.
Yeah, she pinches some silver coins. Gives one to Septimus. Keeps the rest.
Optimus gives, like, takes it, goes thanks, and then gives her a silver piece back. Equivalent exchange.
She's like, right. You do realize when you steal things and I give you them, you don't have to give me an equivalent exchange.
No, but then I would owe you, and
No, you don't owe me because then I'm actually giving it to you as a gift.
no, that's not how that works.
That is how it works. When you steal stuff, and she's like teaching Septimus how to steal things. All right,
What is a
Septimus,
gift?
look around the room.
What is it? It's
There's
essentially
something-
it's more what is a gift.
No.
Septimus,
Everything is a transaction.
Yep.
look
Nothing
around
is
the room.
free.
Like, nothing is free. Like he's then going if
Yes,
it's a
when you
gift,
take
and then he's
things,
like,
they're free.
is it poisonous? Like he's now looking at it
No.
like, is it gonna stab me?
No. Septimus, when gifts come from me, they're always friendly.
If I was going to stab you, I would.
I would be upfront about murdering you.
It's
Like
Poor Septimus, just so confused.
now I'm going to tip. I'm guessing Ross just standing in a corner, just watching this.
Oh, he's just watching.
Now
turn
I'm
around
going
and go
teach
to
you-
Roth and go, here is a
no.
gift.
And she just
Okay.
takes it. She's just like, you keep it. It's a
Okay.
gift. Alright? Now I'm gonna teach you how to steal things.
Alright.
Roth is going to leave the room.
so he can't be held
Because
accountable.
technically he's a cop, so he's just gonna leave. He's just
Isn't,
gonna like.
it's just like isn't your like love of your life and girding of your loins like isn't he like pop?
Well, between you and me, I've stolen a few things from him too. Mainly
Oh.
helmets. Only helmets.
Okay.
He goes
So
downstairs
we're
and just sits
looking-
with Nora.
So we're looking for helmets, is what I'm hearing.
Yes, and now other things. Things that are shiny and nice and like trinkets. Now, for your first thing to steal, properly steal, and not do an equivalent exchange.
Are you guys doing this like as a side conversation, or are we all
Yes.
there with right in
No,
front of
this
us?
is a side conversation. We're upstairs.
There.
Okay.
This is while we're talking to the
Roth came downstairs because he's technically a cop.
Yeah, he's like,
Yeah, and his bond
I
rate is a
shouldn't condone
stealing thing.
this.
Hey, it's not your
Um,
county, you're fine.
Look, Septimus, take a look around the room. Anything that can fit into your pockets or into your bag, you can steal.
Your pockets is.
Right? So take a look around, find something that you like, and if it fits in your pockets or your bag, you can
Are you
take
still
it.
are you still in the commander's bedroom?
Yes.
Oh, this is not gonna end well.
Alright. Nora, real quick, Nora, did you have something? When Roth came down to sit with you?
Oh.
We'll get back to the thievery in a moment.
Oh boy.
Back to the skullduggery in a moment.
Just a little curious about some of that stuff that we were talking about.
I think he knows more than he's letting on to tell us. Roth doesn't know. You guys get the sense that Roth has absolutely no idea who he is.
There's other things on his mind.
He's busy.
Yeah, he's busy with trying to figure out what's wrong.
He'll figure it out in 3 weeks when he has time to think.
You assume that in 3 weeks he'll have time to think.
Bold of you to assume, I think.
No, not Septimus.
He's not telling us everything, I don't think. But I don't want to press him. And the
he
commander's
actually-
gone into the kitchen at this point to go.
You actually told us everything while you were upstairs.
Or did you say that out loud?
I almost want to, but I don't know. Sure.
Oh. And he looks at Nora. What did he say?
Oh. Trying to think of what to say. The whole conversation with the Earth Mother and the True Face stuff has me a bit intrigued.
Hmm.
They had mentioned that somebody, specifically True Fae, could potentially be reincarnated, and I was curious how.
I've not heard it done, but I mean, if the gods allow it, then it can be maybe possible, but...
More curious if it was possible even after several hundred years.
Well,
'Cause I know they
reincarnation.
mentioned- Nothing. It just. I think I've spoken too much about this subject, so. Just gonna get up and walk away for a little bit.
Insight is... Hold up.
Don't worry, it's Roth. He can't roll.
He didn't roll terribly badly, actually, this time.
Yeah,
We're proud of you, buddy.
Good
We
job.
believe in you.
he
Now
does
do
good.
it when any other time, please.
He kind of narrows his eyes a little bit at Nora as she walks away.
She's like not completely leaving the room. She's like just got up and kind of walking around a little bit.
A turn of the room.
He kind of gives you a look, like he knows you're not telling him everything, but he's
Well,
not
that's
gonna.
obvious.
He's not
Yeah.
gonna press it.
Look, how... I know I've been quite suspicious.
That's an
But-
understatement.
I just need some time to explain everything.
All right. Poe, as you say this, starts singing something about time on his hands.
God damn it.
Bird. I'm starting
I
to
forgot the
like
bird
it.
was on my shoulder.
But yeah, he starts singing something about time on his hands.
Just know this. I am not an enemy.
We'll see. So far, you've not given reason for me to say that you are, but you've not given me reason to say that you're not. So,
I promise I won't get in the way of everyone's goals here. With the night court and such.
well, at the moment, you lot are going to have to go rescue Asher, Robin, Mithriel, and Prince Ibeorn, who I don't know how well he's going to do in the human realm in the heat, but Asher should be taking care of him.
Hot in the human realm.
That
caught in
might
the human
be
realm.
that might be a problem right now.
They went to a warmer place in the human realms as far as he was last aware.
That sucks.
That might be a bit of a problem.
What?
What do you mean?
One of the things that I got from my source was that it was really hot and they were all separated. At least a few of them were separated.
Certainly not good, especially if the prince does as poorly with heat as my brief encounter with him seemed to indicate.
Could you ping where we are on this map for me?
You're in the mount. You're where the Helgrim token's at.
Okay, thank you.
I put the token on there to show you guys where you're at. You're about halfway to the Vale.
All right. How many more days should it take for us to get to the Vale if we're going by mountain?
The Hesperus gives a little like motion, 2, 3 maybe. But if you go by mount, then it'll be faster. Winged mount, which we do have a few. We can take you maybe. If the commander allows it.
I'd appreciate having such a capable guide.
She kind of like gives you a sideways look, and then gives you like a smile a bit. She's like, she knows you're
Yep.
smooshing her up.
Yep. Poorly at that.
But we will talk about it in the morning. Commander is very tired now. He's had a long day, so he is going to go finish helping our friend in the kitchen with dinner, and then I believe he'll be going to retire to his rooms. So I think it's best not to ask too much of him tonight. We go back to the two thieves upstairs. Also, we've got 10 minutes because I have to go.
Yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
Basically, yeah. She's just telling Septimus to go look around the room, pick out what he likes.
I know what I want.
Alright, take it.
What are you
I
taking?
take it.
Take
What are
the
you
locket of
taking?
This guy with the Earth Mother.
A pair of his underwear if he has them.
Oh my god.
And
So I want
be
you to roll
fly from-
I want you to roll an investigation check.
Cool. Come on. 18.
You find no underwear in what you think is the underwear drawer. However, in this drawer you find some tunics and stuff, but you also find buried in the tunics is a hairpin, a lady's hairpin. It's a tree and a star and two wolves with gems all over it.
Question is, does Septimus take that or the clothes?
Well, he's just kind of like sad that there's no underwear, and he's kind of like, I can't really equivalent exchange anything, so
Yeah.
Are you muttering that?
yeah, like I can't really take this.
You don't need to do an equivalent exchange when you are stealing. Doesn't work that way.
Put my own underwear into the drawer. Like a spare pair. Just slip it between the folds of clothes and then just put it in and be like, yep. And shut the drawer.
Are you taking a shirt or are you taking the
I'm not
hairpin?
taking anything. I'm not taking anything. He's just leaving some very nice new underwear. And then shutting the drawers and like, I think I'm getting the steal thing.
You have to take something, not give something. It doesn't work like that. You didn't
I'll-
take anything.
I like this way better because gifts are a nice thing.
Also, stealing is a nice thing too.
There's a fancy pin in it though if you want. And I open the drawers back in gesture.
Well, why do I feel like Sophie whining there is just Septimus's internal? No, but I don't want to steal things.
Question is, do I steal it?
Septimus is like equivalent exchange. I take things and I give the same value. Your logic makes no sense.
Yeah, okay, she steals it.
What are you stealing?
Oh no.
Sophie, it's okay.
Sophie!
So we
Okay.
live near a rock quarry and they blast every day around
Mhm.
5 o'clock.
Oh.
And it gets her all nervous.
It's okay.
Aww.
Oh.
Poor puppy girl.
It's okay.
Okay, so V's gonna look at it and she's... Can I look at it and kind of guess where it's actually from?
You've seen it before in a painting of a family.
Okay. She's literally gonna call for Roth right now because she really wants this thing. And she's like, I'm going to be doing something very bad, and I kind of need you to come in here and stop me from doing it because I really want this. And she just flashes an image of it while she's holding it.
I'm gonna see if he
And then there's
recognizes
also a
it.
picture of Septimus's.
Oh yeah,
underwear
he-
in the drawer.
He recognizes that. And you just hear this, "Don't you fucking do that!" And it comes up, like, you three downstairs see Fox just pop up and then stomp up the stairs.
Helgrim just follows.
So do you think it's
You
Septimus
want
or V's fault?
If you wanted my underwear, drop all you had to say.
She'll want me thank you for follow. Yeah, Fox just pops up and just stomps up the stairs, and he's like, he comes in the room, V, and he's like,
She's looking at him like,
no,
this is something that she really wants.
no.
Helgrim's head just around the corner.
Like,
Very
you
different.
you
She's
can
just like, take it.
you can get
push
that
it somewhere.
you can get that he's put two and two together now because of that pin and who's downstairs.
Yep.
It's no, like he's like, no, cease, desist. I do not want to die today.
Like,
he
she
takes
just
it.
Can't... Yeah, okay. she lets him and then she literally just walks out because that was like, she figured if she took that, it would be very.
He ushers Septimus out of the room too. He doesn't even notice the underwear that he's put in the drawer. He puts the pin back in the drawer where he thought it was and shut it. And just ushers everyone out of that room and shuts the door.
Yeah.
He looks at the three of you that were downstairs with him like, you lot know, don't you?
Nilo's still downstairs.
Or you?
Yeah,
or
the one who called him
Helgrim.
upstairs was Helgrim.
He looks at Helgrim. You know? You know who this is, right? We don't steal from him.
Don't steal from who?
Nothing. We don't steal from him.
V in his head.
He's
I'm just
not
going,
alive.
I know also, I knew before all of them.
Then why would you want to steal from him?
Some things happened.
That's
and
like stealing from the Night King.
I can't tell you because of situation. But there's some things that I really, really like having that are usually very shiny.
Now's not the time for you to be clapped up. We have to go to see the necromancer so I can fix the homeland. And you lot have to go on a rescue mission. I'm also a cop. I can't let you steal.
And your bonfate's a thief who stole.
Was it better? I don't. You know the minor shite.
Does Nilo hear this conversation downstairs?
They're coming down the stairs. The big shite, like that, like ancient heirlooms. You don't take that shite.
Just kind of looks across Roth to V, just like
V's just going, I couldn't help myself. I knew it was bad, but I just wanted it.
Okay, well I will give you so many shinies. I will give you so many shinies.
It doesn't work if it's not taking.
I will hide them and you can find them like the humans do when on the day with the eggs and the rabbits.
Oh, no. You're just Roth and V are having like a whisper.
Septimus is like, I'm very confused about the state of like the morality of thieving and not thieving. I'm getting very contradictory information. I'm just going back to equivalent exchange.
Just because you buy all the shinies does not mean I can steal the shinies.
But
Because
I can hide the
technically you
shinies.
bought them and
But
they're
I can.
technically still mine.
What if I give them to
they're
Ray?
Technically mine.
What if he gives them to me and then you steal them from me?
Yeah, but you're too easy.
Oh,
You're not wrong. I'm very smart though. I could make a very intricate puzzle box that you would never break into.
Roth is just gonna go down the stairs. Fox is just gonna boop, I'm gone. You know what? I'm done with this conversation. I'm gone.
having a good time over there.
Yep, very good time. I'm just going to go into the kitchen and get a drink. Goodbye, and just
Oh, you too?
Just an entire whisper war about don't steal things, but I want to.
Hey, what? Y'all look hungry. Dinner's being made, but here's some celery. And I'll just screw it.
Hesperus.
Celery and eats it.
Oh, my jacket scared me, you guys. It touched my back.
Septimus will take
jacket's
some
coming,
celery
baby.
and hand him a gold. Thank you.
Actually, no, you shouldn't do that.
The
because
zipper
celery
part right
is,
here, like, poked
doesn't
me
have
in the
very
back.
much. Celery doesn't have much nutritional value. It actually consumes more calories than it gives. So honestly, I should be giving you something for eating my celery. So here's your gold.
Oh, thanks. This is a gift.
Hesperus is really confused, but she's not gonna question it. She's just gonna, like, she's sitting here holding a tray of cookies and tea, and
Oh,
she's
sweet
like,
man. I take one.
I made these.
They're wonderful.
They're great, aren't they?
Vee's
Yeah.
gonna like pull Septimus quickly to the side and is just going to go, I will teach you in a better situation how to take things. Not do an equivalent exchange because that's not how it works. And you will listen and you will obey.
Poe starts singing something about bad company now.
Of course he does.
Ah! Oh,
Ah.
thank you for the raid, you guys. We're about to end for the day. Poe starts singing something about bad company.
Let
But
bad influence be.
Oh, she's gonna get worse.
What did you do?
Roth just stays in the kitchen, and you can hear glass bottles being opened and liquid being poured. You hear a one-sided conversation because the commander is talking to him, like, one-sidedly.
Is he trying to tell that V
What?
almost stole a thing?
No,
What's he saying?
Roll a perception check.
I will. Is it based on hearing?
Yeah.
Haha. True fate ears. Where's my perception?
Oh! Oh, damn! Okay. You hear just the one side. Like I said, you only hear Roth's side of the conversation. But you hear him ask about the mother and things that he can do to help. And you don't hear the other half of that part, but you do catch him make a slight concerned noise, and you hear a name that you've not heard before. He just says he says that with a question mark. He says Ramus with a question mark.
Huh.
And that's all you hear.
Wait, this is going on in the kitchen, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nora's in the kitchen.
Nora's in the kitchen.
Oh, well, you just hear him asking what he can do to help the mother, and you hear the name Ramus come out of Fox's mouth with a question mark. Shite. And he kind of just gets a really confused look on his face, Nora. But he can't really read into it very well.
It was worth a shot.
Yeah, Fox is hiding something.
She won't pry.
But it's not something, you can tell it's not something bad that's gonna harm the party, but he's not, he's hiding some knowledge that he has from you.
He's hiding words.
He's hiding words. So is Nora.
I'm guessing this is also knowledge that V wouldn't know. Or
Yeah.
would she?
Yeah, this is knowledge V wouldn't know. So.
Everything alright? Should just ask.
Everything is fine. Here. Back home,
Okay.
maybe not.
Mm. I won't pry then.
I'm sure the little rabbit will fill you in more on what you heard just now, so you can ask her later.
Okay. I
Though
won't
she
pry.
doesn't know much more than you probably will know, so.
I got a question.
Yeah, also I gotta go here in a second, so.
Yeah, that's fine. Outside of what V saw in the old lens,
Mm-hmm.
does she know? How am I gonna put this? What? You know what? I'll actually DM you because it's easier that way.
Okay. That's fine. Alright, while you're doing that though, we're going to go ahead and call it because I do have to go pick up my child so I can go to work.
Alrighty.
But thank
Yep.
you guys for watching. Thank you for the raid.
Thank you.
And
Yeah.
we will be back on Monday. I'll have the VOD up. I'll try to have the VOD up by Wednesday. We'll see if I can get it up. By Wednesday.
Like we can rage Schmogan.
Yeah, I was gonna raid Schmooks. So let's go raid the best bear
Indeed.
Bears.
and give her some love.
Bear with us just one moment.
I'm gonna smack you. I will smack you.
Can try. This isn't the diplomat game.
I will certainly
Nilo
try.
gets a point of inspiration for that.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck you! Fuck you! That's unfair.
No, that's very fair. Consider being inspired.
Bye, chat. Thank you.
Bye.
I will not stand